Well, I just want to ask you a question before we get into the bulk of our questions. Let's roll it back to 2008, and we did see one of those rare occasions where real estate lost value. But even if you had purchased a home in 2007 or the beginning of 2008, let's call it at the peak of the market, and then the home value dropped, does that mean the bank is going to call your note?
No,
Okay.
no, not at all. I mean, as long as even if the property's dropped in value to the point where the value is below your mortgage balance, no, I mean, the lender's not going to come after you, call the loan due, foreclose on you at all. As long as you're making the payments, you're fine. And, for some homeowners who did that and held out long enough, eventually their value recovered. And, by the late 2000 and teens, 18, 19, uh, certainly home values had recovered fully from the '08 crash. The difference at that time um, was how mortgages were underwritten and approved. And we don't have an '08 situation now, meaning we don't have anywhere near the number of foreclosures we saw in '08. The reason we saw so many foreclosures in '08 was too many of the folks who bought homes, who are now owners, part of the housing stock, and then when they did see their values collapsing, and of course at that time there was a pretty good hit to the economy in general, people were losing their jobs, etc. Too many of those borrowers really could not afford the mortgages that they were given because we
Mm.
didn't adequately assess what is now called ATR, their ability to repay. All the stories about too many borrowers, too many homeowners bought homes with these no income verification, sometimes no asset verification loans. So they were given mortgages and therefore payments at levels that if we really peeled the onion and looked how much money they were making, look what their debts are, they would have never been approved for that loan because their debt to income ratio was not in line. So that's what contributed to so much of the collapse in housing prices after '08. So many of those people couldn't afford those homes and they walked away because they saw that their value was now underwater. So we don't
Mm.
have that now. The good thing about the current housing stock is most all of them have been fully qualified for the mortgages and the payments they're making. And so as a consequence, we have not seen this spike in delinquencies and a corresponding spike in foreclosures. It just hasn't happened.